GangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
We will get into Top Ranks cards. Now, Top Rank card was supposed to be, the main event was supposed to be Joe Smith versus Maxim Vlasov. But literally 2 days before the shit happens, Vlasov tests positive for COVID, which absolutely sucks.
And it was funny because on the preview for this, I was like, oh, we don't got to worry about that. Like, yeah, and fuck me. Like,
yeah.
I read that and I'm just like, oh, come on. I shouldn't have said anything because now egg on the face.
And yo, like Top Rank. Oh, go ahead, LB.
No, I'm just saying they got you.
Yeah, they did, and Top Rank was savage because they put up the video of when Joe Smith actually got the news that his shit was canceled. They was really, I was like, man, like, I didn't think some things like that probably didn't need to be on social media. I mean, at least let Joe Smith put that shit up there. But they caught him. Was like, and Joe Smith was like, man, I got all this family coming in there, and I'm getting married next month, man. He was like, what the fuck does this mean, man? Like, so, like, he was not happy. Like,
they should have had a replacement for this fight.
They should have, like, I mean, at least someone who was at
least. If it wasn't for the title, they needed a replacement. They needed a replacement.
Yeah,
Joe Smith is like good entertainment, and he finally gets his main event moment. And it's like, it's taken away from him, and
yeah,
hate to be that guy.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I'm thinking usually Top Rank is. I'm surprised that they didn't have they could have at least picked somebody from the WBO top 15 and like put them on there, like let them know like, hey, if someone gets COVID, yeah, he's next.
They should have been training from the jump, like. Giving a stipend and have them out in the bubble training too, and be like, well, look, if you don't end up fighting because everybody's well and everything goes as planned, hey, look, you still get broke off some cheese and we're good. But now it's like you had to take away a main event that, was anticipated.
Exactly. But at least, but thankfully this card, was already, it was pretty loaded up. So pretty much instead, we got Richard Commey, and Jackson Marinez. They were pushed to the main event over there, which was, like I said, it was still. It wasn't, and it was still a good fight. We were all still high on that fight, so that's not a problem. And then the co-main was pushed. Was Adam Lopez versus Jason Sanchez, which we were also thought was a good fight on paper.
Yeah, that's not a bad co-main event.
Yeah, and then the main card opener was Jared Big Baby Anderson versus Kingsley eBay. And of course, they're both prospects, and eBay had been pretty much lighting it up in the during the bubble season. So yeah, the card was still straight.
That's a good opener.
Yeah, the card was.
That's what makes it so bad that Joe Smith should have fought, because the card was so stacked. It feels like not having him fight. It doesn't even feel like you missed him or not. Like
no,
like. For 5 years from now, you will forget that he was supposed to even be on this shit.
I'm saying, like,
Nah, I remember that Commey knockout.
Yeah.
Lopez had another tough fight, but he pulled it out.
Yeah, and then Big Baby scored another highlight reel knock KO of the year. So I mean,
shout out to Rome. Up in the comments.
Ring gang forever. Salute, Rome. But yeah, like that card was pure entertainment though. Like it was very entertaining to watch. Like Big Baby and eBay. Well, the fight itself wasn't. It was pretty tentative because it's big dudes. So big dudes have big power. So they were, but Jared Anderson though, he established his jab early. And eBay's face, his nose and his mouth was like bloodied, like it was like really bloodied. I honestly didn't know why they didn't stop it, but then it seemed like eBay was just getting ate up by the jab alone in that fight.
He didn't need to be stopped. Like it was a systematic beat down, and it was stopped. Like Jared, he stopped it when it was due. Like, because eBay was still exchanging with him at some times, and it's like you don't stop guys like that unless you just outwork them to death or you just catch them cold. And Anderson didn't seem like he was going to outwork him, so I just knew it was like the right punch was just going to end the sequence, just going to end it, and boom, the left hook.
Yeah, it looked like eBay fell he fell back like he was out cold, like he was just lying, all types of blood coming out of his face from that. I was like, yo, eBay's my countryman. I didn't like to see that. But unfortunately, and all he had to do was remain standing, and he would have lost the decision.
Hey,
but at least
it all when that Saturday.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted your little Jollof party, and you probably did, but y'all I went all them shit, nigga. I ain't forget about the fucking Masvidal fight. I don't think I forgot about that shit.
I know you did. But yeah, eBay was just lying there like prone, and Big Baby at least, it was good that he was able to, and then keep his little streak going. He's 8-0, 8 knockouts. So yeah, it set the tone for it was a good brutal knockout.
An American heavyweight prospect actually looked like he got the tools to be something. I remember seeing one of those on the undercard of Jeff Lacey and Jermaine Taylor. He didn't turn out too much better than he looked that night, actually. It was his first fight.
But which fight are you talking about?
What's his name? Oh God, come on. You don't remember? It was his first fight, PBC. He's a bronze medalist. He makes a lot of excuses.
Oh Lord.
Yes. I almost forgot he was actually on the undercard of that shit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was a long ass time ago too.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Like, Wilder been fighting that type of opponent for like years afterwards.
That's also facts.
So I just had to just throw that out there because I like how Anderson's being moved. At least there's some type of, they're giving him some type of resistance that's that he's given a chance to overcome. Where some boxers, they're not given resistance like that.
Hell no. So yeah, Big Baby at least now. Right now I think they should move him to face like another young heavyweight prospect, because I know they have Top Rank has two. They're both, I think one's Greek or Italian, was it Guido Vianello, the one that eBay had a draw with that he should have won, and then Sonny Conto, who's also undefeated. I think Box should probably match those up and see where he needs to really put his energy.
It was the cream of the crop.
Unless he wants to build all three of them up somehow.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. No. But yeah, no, it was a good brutal knockout to set the tone for the card. We got in the co-main, we got Adam Lopez and Jason Sanchez. And this fight, it was a contrast because it was like a chess match in a way. But Sanchez actually looked like he was the better fighter for most of the fight to me. Sanchez for the first half, because it seemed like Lopez couldn't get into his, he couldn't get into a groove. Sanchez was pretty much landing on him, I wouldn't say frequently, but he was he controlled the action.
He was putting quite a bit of hands on him.
Yeah. And he was making Lopez boxing look kind of shaky. Like Lopez really couldn't get going. He was getting touched up quite a bit. Then it kind of turned into the middle rounds. There was a little struggle where Lopez had to kind of double down on his boxing, and then he started, really boxing aggressively. And I think he kind of took the fight back.
Yeah, you know, and then after that,
really beating up Sanchez later on.
yeah, I think it was like in the 8th or 9th round too that Lopez was like was starting to let him. I think I know there was like an uppercut that made Sanchez kind of like do a little dance, you know, in
Uppercut
that
season.
was that?
Yep.
I said uppercut season.
Yeah, uppercut season for sure. You know, and then and then Lopez did close strong too. You know, but like honestly, it had the feel of a draw to me. Like I didn't think that.
That's what I had it too. I had a draw.
Nah, he won that shit. That was no fucking draw. That was like an easy 4 rounds to 6 type shit.
Yeah, I mean, one of the cards was an actual draw, and that's how I was like, okay, that's what it looked like to me. And then one of them was the score you said, 96-94. I did not see a 97-93 though. I didn't. I
think like Sanchez overall, like I don't think he won his rounds may have looked maybe bigger like earlier, and he won them more consecutively. Like, so it looked like he had like a good segment in the fight, but like he lost more. Like I felt like just Lopez did enough to beat the dude. Like, and I think he got the better moments. Like he was really beating his ass later in that fight.
Yeah, he was.
Where
I didn't
was just making Lopez look bad, and putting hands on him. But I didn't really get the feeling where I was like, damn, Sanchez is really putting his foot in his ass. Like,
I mean, both of them look like they were marked up. Like Lopez, one thing about Lopez though, like win, lose or draw, like he gets.
He always looks like he had a hard night with the face. Always looks busted up.
I mean, dude warms up in the dressing room and he looks like he gets busted up easy.
If you remember his last fight with the majority decision, like Lopez,
yes.
Like we seen who he really is. Like he's another damn Oscar Valdez in a way, without the pedigree.
Yeah, no facts too. Like I mean, he's definitely capable of scoring an up there too, but he just gets beat up too much. At the end of the fights, like his fights are just hard, and
his fights are too hard. Like not Saucedo hard, but like a level, like a step above.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's actually kind of an apt comparison. Saucedo,
but Saucedo was getting hit way more, like especially with the caliber of fighters, like Valdez gets hit.
Yeah, no, he definitely
like
gets
he's
hit.
still, yeah, he gets hit, but he still kind of boxes, and he just don't he wasn't getting hit like Saucedo was just literally.
Yeah, Saucedo was just. Saucedo was just like, you know what, bruh? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna take the shot. My brain's gonna eat some shots today. That was his mentality.
Moving and he tried not to get hit. Like Saucedo was just getting pieced up, and it's like, damn, like you could slip, duck, block, parry, something like.
Yeah, no, you don't have to eat every shot. I mean, not everyone is blessed with an iron chin or iron brain or iron skull or something like that. But I mean, that's Saucedo. I mean, he made for some good fights.
Yeah, he did. I know he retired last year, but he gave us some entertaining ass fights. So it's nothing to get on him. We just we had to just call it out. We see it.
Right, and then just with Adam Lopez, I mean, I don't know if you just need to maybe lower his competition just a little bit, like give him an easy touch, because like I said, I mean, he's not facing. I mean, Jason Sanchez and his last opponent, they're not world class fighters. Like they're on his level pretty much, but they're hard fights.
They're like fringe guys. Like they have winning records. They're not bums. They're fringe guys. Maybe a step below world class, but like I don't think they're like trash or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like
I think you need to dial it back, like for one fight for Lopez. Let him get somebody he could truly dominate, like a 117, 111 fight, or even get a knockout.
Yeah, because I mean, Lopez has potential to be something like. Let's see, Lopez only has 2 losses, and they're also to Oscar Valdez, who he gave all types of trouble to, and to Stephen Fulton, who he lost the majority decision. Like, he's a quality fighter. I mean, we're not. I mean,
And he could one day eventually snag a title, but you can't like burn him out this early.
right? It's just like honestly, this fight with Sanchez. I mean, wasn't like his last fight before that. The last fight was like a fight of the year type of fight. That shit was grueling. That shit was one of the
that was a good ass fight.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I think you need to give him a little rest. Like, you need to, feed him a jobber for one fight. Let him get that KO. And then move him along again. Because 2 majority decision wins is and they're brutal. They were brutal wins. So
yeah, don't Oscar Valdez him.
Yeah, it's too early for that. And I know with Sanchez, Sanchez needs an easy touch too. Like he's not burnt out. I mean, he's never been KO'd before, and I mean, he also lost to Valdez too, and Christopher Diaz, as well. But I think they need to soft touch him up too, in case Top Rank wants to try to use him in the future or try to build him up somewhat. 2 fights in a row that he lost. Yeah, no, you got to dial him back, like by default. But it was a good ass fight though. It was a really good ass fight. I was fucking with it.
Stage for the main event.
Yeah, and truthfully too, like honestly, I thought, just watching Marinez and Rolly, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Marinez, he might be one of those unsung fighters at lightweight, bruh. But man, like Commey went right through him, like he pretty much like he didn't belong in that division, like. Like it was like
that boxing shit, bro.
Yeah, he tried. It wasn't like because Marinez was catching like he was catching them like in between his punches, like in between combinations. Because I thought myself that Commey's chin was all in the air. I thought he was actually going to get caught somehow by Marinez. But one thing Marinez couldn't do is like, I mean, I guess we have Rolly, who's not that really smart in the ring, but has power. And, so he doesn't know how to really use his power. And then you have Commey, who's very well experienced, that knows how to use his power. And Commey was just lighting him up with right hands, left and right. Like, Marinez, Marinez could not get into no kind of groove. Like, I mean, it was a steady ass whooping.
Commey power just fucked up his timing. Like, you already know the triangle theories with the speed beats power, timing beats speed, and power beats timing. Like, that's what you saw here. Like, Marinez, he never could get it going. He was able to exchange with him.
Yeah.
But overall, he just got overwhelmed, really.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all because anytime that Marinez started the jab, Commey was just aggressive. Like, he would land an immediate right hand over that jab, and you see Marinez, like, he gets shook and he tried to adjust, and then Commey would then go and hit him with more right hands. So it's like,
yeah, you could tell the heavy hands. You could tell the heavy hands was really fucking with him.
Real heavy hands, not the Rolly heavy hands.
Yeah, no.
Educated heavy hands, the world class experience heavy hands. It really make you see the difference, because just imagine what Commey would have did to Rolly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that shit would have been
almost a decapitation. Like he could have fought both of them.
Facts. But of course, Floyd will never put him in the ring unless they're like ordering for a title or some shit like that. That will never happen. Rolly's gonna be moved along very carefully. And Commey though looked like he was back like in the 6th round too. Like he hit Marinez, I think, with like a really short right hand. Marinez was just like all fucked up in the game. And then he hit him with another right hand. Marinez goes down. You know, referee probably should have probably stopped the fight there and then because Marinez got up though, but dude looked like he was so unsteady, like his hands was down and everything. Which set
referees be wanting picture perfect KOs and shit.
Yep, which would set the stage for another KO of the year candidate. Marinez backed up with his hands down, and Commey followed and hit him with the with a soul clap, like boom.
Yeah.
Like, Marinez. Marinez, like the way Marinez fell into the ropes.
Yeah, his lights were turned out.
Yeah, and Devin canvas and rolled over him. I was like,
and it was such a hard hit, dog. It was just pow, like.
Yeah, the impact. You heard that impact. It wasn't no some bullshit right hand. Like you heard it was like, boom, like.
It was a loaded up right hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, God damn! It's like, yo, and then fucking the announcers were like, Richard Commey, TKO. Like he was basically. I think they found a groove with their calls now. Because he had me kind of hyped. It was like, and then Richard Commey's doing this. First he did a little James Brown, and then he did a little karate kick, and then he went b-boy on us in the middle of the ring. I was
you could tell he enjoyed that shit. He was so glad for that KO. I think he felt good, like and doing that shit. And Lopez was there, and Lopez hyping it up.
Yeah,
because I want to make his career, his career look better now that Commey, came back and got a solid win.
I was wondering why they were so buddy. Like, I mean, they showed them all like hugging each other, like. Yeah,
it almost felt kind of weird, like. I you know what? Fuck it.
It was forced. It was.
Yeah. Let's fuck it. I'm sorry. We just gonna just take 5 minutes out and just say, look, this is getting real fucking forced and funny style with Teofimo Lopez. 1 minute he's bigging up everybody and he's the damn the king of the sharks, and then the next minute niggas ain't shit. Nobody fighting nobody. They ain't this, and then you bigging up guys you already knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody always bigs up people they beat because it makes them look better for beating them.
Yeah, but it it don't look good when you're going back and forth on the rest of the division. Like
that whole shit was corny. Well, this person don't deserve it. They insert corny joke. I was just like,
that's what I'm talking about. Like if Teofimo Lopez didn't have all those interviews and didn't have all those hot takes about Haney and Ryan Garcia and Tank and everybody, and he was just supporting Commey, honestly, that would be a good look.
I mean, to be fair, some of those takes weren't exactly false.
I guess the part where he said that they're internet famous, but Teofimo was like real famous.
No, that part was completely untrue. That was
that could be that is true too. Like, is Haney famous or is he internet famous? Who is he beating in real life that's famous? Or like, so I get what he's saying. It just
but people know who they people. I'm like I'm saying that was silly because I highly doubt more people know who Teofimo is than Devin Haney.
I don't know, man. Like, if more people know who Haney is than Teofimo, I don't think they're real boxing fans. I think that's more the Hotep crowd. We just supporting black fighters type shit, like. Or
either that. Because Devin Haney, like the only time I know.
Who is he beating that we know that's out there like that, where we're supposed to be like, yeah, you supposed to know who Devin Haney is.
Well, no, Devin Haney's not like boxing fans, but I know because I know like in social media, like dude be messing around with like some of the famous whores and stuff like that, and I know and I've heard people if they mention that like if he's
but then it's like he ain't even big like that no more. Like Tank been there, done that, and actually fighting people we know. So
Yeah, Tank and Haney. Well, they both do, but Tank obviously has the Floyd cosign and a lot of different. Actually, they both have Floyd cosigns. But one's actually in the corner for a fighter. So.
All I'm saying is it don't look good. He keep flip flopping on his competition. Like, are the ops legit or they not? Like, you said Ryan Garcia ain't he ain't fight nobody, but then he just got the biggest win of his fucking career and had the whole division buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, is it black girl loss or shorty owe you for ice? Like, that's all I'm saying. like, is Haney that dude or he's not? Like, do you have to fight him, or is it better to just wait for the winner of Posto Ramirez? Or this other guy that you trying to fight that no one cares about.
But either way, it just was not a good look. The interview wasn't a good look. At first, it just went on too long, and then it clearly they didn't give him cues like, okay, just talk about this, that, and the third, and just just keep it moving, bro. But he's using his status as lightweight champion. It's like, what, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and fuck what y'all think. Y'all gonna hear this shit, and.
It's like Tony Harris with for actual good win,
Yeah, no, I just hope that all this talking doesn't lead to an unexpected loss, because that would be a.
I hope it lead to a good fight. If it's a good quality fight and he loses, hey, losing's a part of boxing. It happens, but don't talk all this shit and then we get a trash fight where you give a mid performance. And then you still want to spit all this whole, I'm the king shit again.
Yeah, and here's our favorite friend Joshua. He says that Lopez says he wants Navarrete. I've never heard that. I've never even read that. So that's news to me.
What?
Ain't they like 2 more apart?
Yeah, that's 2 weight divisions apart. What the heck?
Truthfully, Navarrete will probably end up at 135 at some point, but probably not now.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, if that's the case, then you looking real stupid, because Teofimo talking about, Tank fighting, bringing up people from 122 and 126. Like, okay, well, now you're gonna do the same thing? What the heck? Nah.
Yeah, no, and this is what we said before. Like, there's no 4 king shit going on at 135. None of these cats are,
That whole thing is so fake, contrived, and so corny. Like, it's so forced. I don't even acknowledge new 4K.
Now, like, I think, collectively, we all should just take a step back from the lightweight division until we got a real great fight signed and sealed and delivered, that we could just be like, okay, let's get shit buzzing again. But until that happens, it's like the last relevant thing that happened at lightweight was fucking Campbell Garcia, and a bunch of shit spawned off of that, rumors but nothing concrete. So it's like lightweight, 135, that shit's on detention right now until somebody make a good fight, because all this yapping and 4 king talk is just like bullshit right now.
And the only division that has legitimate 4 king shit going on is 115. So yeah, y'all need to go look at 115. That's legitimate 4 king shit. If you want to see fighters that were in their primes and they had a whole bunch of fights going on in their primes, they actually made the fights. 115 is your division. Yeah. Not 135.
But maybe taking motherfuckers down 20 years to get 3 fights underway. Like, nah.
Yeah, no, fuck all that. And then like I said, hopefully Commey though, but at least for him, Commey obviously, he has some momentum. And then Verdejo of all people is calling him out, talking about, hey, let's sign the fight. And this dude just got knocked the fuck out.
Verdejo better just chill somewhere right now.
Yeah, Verdejo may be punching now, but he don't got no stamina. He don't want these problems in his life. You know what I'm saying? But good for Commey though, man. I hope we see Commey back soon. Probably probably by the summertime, maybe. Probably by early summer, we'll probably see him back. Maybe sooner. But the funny thing is too, the scores though. because the official scores, like 2 of them had Commey ahead, but 1 of them had Marinez ahead. So that's why I was like, fuckery was going to happen. Because I remember I said Commey by split decision. So I was like, they were probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they were going to that if it was going to be a split decision if they had fucking Marinez up on a card. So, but Top Rank though overall it was a really good card though. It was you know besides losing its main event, and hopefully Joe Smith and Vlasov, you know, they finally fight. Hopefully, you know, they don't take forever. I mean, I know.
Yeah, we need a do-over for that.
Yeah, and they make sure they really put these cats in a bubble or something like that, you know. And I mean, else like
as a replacement ready, like, geez, like, y'all really fucked over Smith on this one.
Yeah, I know. Exactly, because I mean that could be a momentum killer because you just never know. Like maybe like dude trained to his peak, and then you know sometimes you know it's hard to actually get that type of peak back. You know, it takes a little.
Especially with older guys. Like it was like what 31, like or 30 years old. Like come on.
Yeah, no. And because on the topic, I mean they've been trying to, you know, they want to make these fights with better beef, this and that. You know, but yeah, but COVID's been killing these fights.
Fights canceled, but they should know better.
They should. So, you know, yeah, Top Rank. You know, you gotta make sure you know get a top 10 WBO fighter on standby. You know, someone that WBO will approve for a belt. So you know you can get, you know, so this doesn't happen again. You know, but yeah, it was a really good card. It was an entertaining card. You know. You know, can't say anything negative about that outside of the main event missing. And then finally, last but certainly not least, you know, we had the